Hi to everyone who is following my content on fit vegan lifestyle. Today, in the last episode of my four-part mini-series talking about Ayurvedic eating, something that has been a real blessing for me and partly inspired me 10 years ago to take the path of being first a vegetarian and then shortly after a vegan. As promised, I will tell you why and what food you should eat to balance your health. In Ayurveda, the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, represent elemental forces in the body, each with its own dietary needs to maintain balance. So, in longer term, different illnesses or health problems don't manifest because of this imbalance. Here's a guide to what each dosha type should eat. We start with Vata dosha, wind, which is air plus ether. So what to eat? Warm, moist, oily, and grounding foods that are mildly spiced. Regarding grains, rice, quinoa, oats, wheat. Regarding vegetables, cooked, non-bitter, veggies like carrots, squash, sweet potatoes, and beets. Regarding fruits, sweet and ripe fruits like bananas, mangoes, and berries. Avoid dry fruits unless soaked. Regarding proteins, warm soups with lentils, mung beans, and tofu. Favor nuts and seeds, especially soaked almonds. Regarding spices, cinnamon, ginger, cumin, fennel, and turmeric. Regarding oils, sesame oil, olive oil, and ghee, which is, of course, maybe controversial as it is not entirely vegan. What to avoid for Vata, air plus either dosha? Cold, raw, dry, and airy foods like salads, popcorn, crackers, and frozen foods. Overly stimulating drinks like coffee and carbonated beverages. Pitta dosha, fire plus water. Individuals should eat cooling, calming, and mildly spiced foods. For grains, barley, basmati rice, quinoa, oats. For vegetables, leafy greens, asparagus, cucumbers, zucchini, and broccoli. Favor cooling veggies. For fruits, sweet fruits like melons, apples, pears, and pomegranates. Avoid sour fruits like citrus. For proteins, legumes, and tofu. For spices, cooling spices like coriander, fennel, mint, and turmeric. For oils, coconut oil and sunflower oil. Foods to avoid for pitta, fire plus water, are hot, spicy, sour, and fried foods like chilies, tomatoes, onions, vinegar, and alcohol. Overly salty and acidic foods. Kapha dosha, earth plus water individuals should eat light, dry, warming, and stimulating foods. For grains, barley, rye, buckwheat, and quinoa. Limit rice and wheat. For vegetables, bitter and pungent veggies like spinach, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, and radishes. Favor cooked but not overly mushy veggies. For fruits, astringent and light fruits like apples, pears, and pomegranates. Avoid overly sweet and heavy fruits like bananas and mangoes. For proteins, lentils and beans. For dairy, tricky question, especially beneficial for Kapha dosha people to go vegan because dairy makes people overweight. For spices, ginger, black pepper, mustard seeds, turmeric, and cayenne. For oils, mustard oil and flaxseed oil. Foods to avoid for Kapha, Orthos water dosha. Heavy, oily, sweet, and cold foods like fried foods, dairy, nuts, and sugar. Avoid excessive salt, sugar, and cold beverages. Please note that this is a very broad description of what foods each dosha should eat. If you want to know more in detail about it all, please research it online, or if you would like to be coached by me on this or other topics I have covered, feel free to contact me. Nevertheless, it is also important to note that by choosing your food, take into account things like seasonal adjustments, adjust your diet based on the season, meaning eat lighter in summer for Pitta, grounding foods in winter for Vata. Also, mindful eating. Eat at regular times and focus on your meal to support digestion. Also, remember about balance. Everyone has a unique balance of doshas. So, blend dietary recommendations if you are dual doshic or tridoshic. Also, very importantly, in Ayurveda, the time between meals depends on your individual digestion and dosha type, but as a general guideline, meals should be spaced 4 to 6 hours apart. This allows sufficient time for the previous meal to be fully digested before introducing new food into the system. Here's a breakdown of it. First, why the 4 6 hour gap? Ayurvedic texts emphasize waiting until your previous meal has been fully digested to avoid ama, which is toxins caused by undigested food. Eating too soon can overload the digestive fire, agni, leading to indigestion or sluggishness. Factors influencing meal timing are dosha type, vata, bin, digestion is irregular, so smaller, more frequent meals, 3 4 hours apart may be needed if hunger strikes. Pitta, strong digestion benefits from regular meals spaced about 5 hours apart. Kapha, slower digestion means longer gaps, up to 6 hours between meals work better. Kapha types may even thrive on just 2 main meals a day. Meal size. Larger meals take longer to digest, so a longer interval is required. Light meals may allow for a shorter gap. Also, activity levels. High physical activity may require more frequent meals. sedentary lifestyles might benefit from fewer meals. Some additional guidelines: avoid snacking. Ayurveda discourages frequent snacking because it disrupts Agni. If you wish, you can sip on herbal teas or water if you feel the urge to eat. I personally only drink water in between meals. Avoid late night eating. Ensure your last meal is consumed at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime to allow proper digestion and restful sleep. Avoid drinking any liquids half an hour before a meal and 1.5 hours after a meal. This is recommended for better digestion of the food. If you drink something during the meals, like tea, make sure it is warm so it doesn't slow digestion. Thank you very much for listening this far. This is all I had for you for this episode and 4-part Ayurveda mini-series. As always, please share this video with people that might benefit from this knowledge. Don't forget to follow and subscribe if you haven't done already on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, so other people through the algorithm can also find about the advantages of being vegan. See you in the next episodes. All the best.